K-Rino. What up, man? Friday night live with y'all. We in the building, and we're gonna do an open topic tonight. I don't plan on it being long. I don't plan on it being that long, but we will do one tonight and see what happens. I got a little work to do, so I can't say that it'll be a long, long time, but I will say that we'll get it done. All right. Josiah, you absolutely are first. You are 100% first. No, yeah, you first. Followed by Spiky and followed by Skylar. So, yeah, you are first, man. Um, Glad to see y'all here. I don't want to tell y'all what just happened, man. But, yeah, glad to see y'all, man, here with me on this Friday night. Some people have to be the center of attention, bro. They just they gotta be the center of attention. You know, maybe I should make a video about that, about how people just always gotta be about them, man. Anyway, y'all click the like button. Y'all click that like button right now for your big brother. Everybody that's in the building right now, click that thumbs up and let's get it on. Kamika, what's up, Kamika? Where you been hiding at? I ain't seen you, Kamika, since 1971. Or was it 1972? Which one was it? Haven't seen you in 1,000 years. I want to let everybody know that's in the building. Y'all make sure y'all go check out the latest episode of the Underground Dialogue podcast. That is our podcast. The latest episode has our brother Booker T from Harlem Heat, wrestling legend. So y'all make sure y'all go check that out. If you haven't already, go check it out right after we get off here. Kamika says, "I don't be hiding, you do." No, I'm so visibly in the open. I'm always around. I ain't hard to find. You know, but I know life be life, and as they say. You know what I'm saying? I see my homie Jesse P from Denver, Colorado is in the building. What's up, Jesse? My brother, man. Always good to see my brother's name on the screen, and always good to be in the presence of my brother anytime we come up to the wonderful, wonderful city of Denver, Colorado, man. Okay, let's get it on, man. This is an open topic. Like I said, if y'all are in the building and y'all haven't hit the thumbs up, please do that for your big brother. That disproportionate thumbs up to member look, it throws me off. So if y'all want to help me with my OCD, y'all will click the like button and even that out. However many of y'all is in here, some of y'all that ain't clicked it yet. But I understand, maybe y'all don't know if y'all like it yet. I understand that. I mean, I ain't gonna just give you a like. I don't mind earning my like. But this is an open topic, so I gotta wait and see what the people put out to me, whatever questions they ask, whatever y'all present to me, that would determine, I guess, if y'all like it or not. Okay, we got BTGM Zach. It says, "Big fan, you one of the greatest of ever." Oh man, I appreciate you, Zach. I appreciate the love, man. Don't be a stranger, Zach. Make sure you come holler at us. We do these live streams every Friday, and I post videos every day. And like I said, we got two podcasts outside of just this channel. We got the Legends 34, which is a sports podcast that we do with my homie DJ Rec. And we have the Underground Dialogue podcast, which we run every week as well, every Wednesday at 9 p.m. So y'all make sure that y'all check your brother out. All right, let's see what y'all talking about, man. Let's get into it, man. Let's get into it. Jason said that was a great conversation you had with Booker T. Hey, man, I appreciate that, Jason. I appreciate you watching. I got about 10 of y'all that I know watch the show regular, that watch the podcast and support the podcast regular, man. And I really appreciate that, man. But Dash Philosophy says, thanks for the reminder. Hey, that's what we got to do. We got to keep each other up on everything, man. It is what it is. Let's get it on, man. What up, Tim? Tim is in the building, man. Denver, Colorado as well. It was good seeing my brother Tim out there in Denver, man. Come on, man. Nothing but love, brother. Always. Him and Jesse, man, been rocking with us forever, man. I'm telling y'all, make sure y'all understand. Deeper elevation. We got the hold on, man. Denver representing, man. I'm seeing all the homies that came to the show that night. I was just finna give y'all some major props. Now I got to give y'all major props. Love Denver. Chris B is checking in from work. Josiah says, what are some good hip-hop books to check out that I could read to sharpen my skills? Do you have Behind These Bars? Do you have my book Behind These Bars? If you don't have that book, that's the first book you need to get, in my opinion. But there have been a lot of great books. I think KRS-One has a book or two. I want to shout out to my homies right here in the city of H-Town, man, Smackwater and my brother Caleb Israel. They have a really, really great book called Top 5. And it asks a lot of questions. It breaks down a lot of top 5 scenarios, like multiple choice top 5 scenarios. And it's a really, really good book, man. It's a really cool, fun book for hip hop historians and for those who may not be familiar with some of the names, because he goes from old school, they go from old school to new school, and it's very informative. I would recommend that book as well. Is that River? River Collins said, I heard you came to Austin a few weeks ago. I missed you. Do you have another trip to Austin planned? And yeah, man, we was in Austin a couple of weeks back. Something always brings me back to Austin, man. So I'm certain we'll be coming out that way again real soon to perform. I'll be out there next month, but it won't be to perform. So yeah, something always brings us back. That's why you gotta stay up on us, man. Get on the contact list. Reach out to me via email and get on the contact list. I always have trouble figuring out how to do put a message on here like this. But yeah, if you wanna, let me see. No, that's not right. That's not right. But yeah, if you want to hit me up, man, take my email. It's SPC, P as in Paul, SPCKRINO at AOL.com. Send me an email. I add you to the contact list. So when we do shows in Austin or anywhere, any projects coming out, you'll get an email notification from your big brother. That's SPCKRINO at AOL.com. Justin Boone, any trips to East Texas? Not in the works, but hopefully, man. Hopefully soon. Yep. Abel Perez says, I saw Devin when I was in Denver. Hopefully I'll catch you sometime in Houston or Colorado. Everybody in the chat that wants to be on the contact list, email me. Send me an email right now. Abel, are you in Houston? Let me know if you're in Houston, Abel. The Gospel of Hip Hop, that's right, River. And Jay Prince's book, The Art and Science of Respect. The Gospel, I couldn't remember KRS's book. It's a bunch of great hip hop books that have been written, man. If you want to get some Houston history, check out this book by my homie. The name of the book is drawing a blank to me, man. I'll get it to y'all. But that's a really dope, informative book about Houston history. hip hop history. It's an open topic tonight, man. So whatever y'all got on y'all mind, be sure to hit me up. Deep Elevation says, "What up, K? I've been out with a hand injury. You try to dunk on somebody? What you do? Yeah, you can't do nothing with your hands. You can't do no typing and all that without your hands. You must have tried to bang. You came down the lane and tried to boom. Or you had to handle up on somebody. You had to somebody real hard. You know, sometimes you got to pop somebody. No, I'm just playing with you. I'm just playing. Heal up, my brother. Get well. Badash Philosophy says, possible topic, convincing intellectual lies. Convincing intellectual lies contain elements of truth. Emotionally disturbing lies are truth of self, sin inverted and projected onto others. Yeah, I mean, that's a lot. But I feel like I see where you're going, and yeah, if I'm understanding you right, yeah, it's a lot to that, man. Especially the convincing intellectual lies. I kind of touched a little bit close to that earlier today when I was talking about how people have the power to manipulate other people into doing things that they wouldn't do. So if it's some dirt I want to get done, I can talk you into doing it. See, that is a convincing intellectual, and they may use lies to get that kind of stuff done, you know. Man, Abel, you in Amarillo? Ooh, you way out there, man. Wow. Way out there. I know this ain't the legendary one herself. I know we don't have the Queen Surreal in the building. I know for a fact this ain't the legendary Houston Spitter herself in the chat. We got to give her an OG salute, y'all. Surreal, man. One of the coldest female artists to come out the city, man. Hard lyrical queen. Give her an OG salute. That means put up your peace signs, 100s, power fist, strong arms. This is a legend in the building, man. Y'all show us some love right now. Everybody in the chat, give it that OG salute. Y'all know how we do it when legends show up. We never know who might pop in. Y'all been here. Y'all know all kind of people have popped up in our chat. And so tonight, we got the great Surreal is in the building, man. Y'all don't understand. If you don't know, go look her up. Go look her up, and y'all to see what it is. No question about it. Modern retro guy, politics, history, science, religion. Man, that's what this open topic, bro. So you tell me. See, you must be new here. See, when it say open topic, that's just what it is. The topic is open. And you know, the only rules we have in here are that we do everything with respect, and we do everything with maturity. You know, every now and then you know trolls come out. The trolls come out at night, but we do everything in this room. We do it with respect and maturity, even in our disagreements, because you know we don't always agree. We got regulars that come in here every week, and we don't always agree. But it's love. We got nothing but love for each other. But when people come in with the troll hat on, when they want to come in and try to disrupt and throw off the course of the knowledge that we're trying to pass off, you know, we don't fall for that. You know, we block them, ignore them, and we keep the conversation moving forward. We don't engage with them. And if we do engage with them, we might just get in a good mood where we only engage with them to just shut them down and reverse the game on them. So yeah, whatever you got, man. Yeah. Justin says, I know Ro be busy and all, but it just blows my mind that y'all could be bigger than him and Trey ever could have been. I mean, now, you know, the thing is, man, Houston, we don't really move like that in the H, man. We love each other. We all work together when we come together. And it's more organic than it is business. For me, at least speaking for me. I can speak for me. I don't really, I never have reached out to work with anybody just for the sake of marketing or for business. Any of the artists that I've ever worked with is because I rock with them. You know, it's because, hey man, I'm a fan of theirs, they're a fan of me, or we friends. We have good musical chemistry. It's organic. So, you know, I don't look at it from a standpoint of what could be bigger. I just try to make some good music. And that's my thing. Let's just make some good music and see where it goes, man. Shout out to everybody that's coming in, slowly creeping in. We got a small little community, small, humble community, but we welcome all of y'all. Make sure y'all click that thumbs up when you come in. Don't come in without clicking that thumbs up. And for those that might not know, subscribe to the channel and always have your notification on. And subscribe to our podcast channel. Surreal, we need to get you on the podcast. I need to get you on the Underground Dialogue podcast. Y'all subscribe to the Underground Dialogue podcast. I need to bring the queen on the show. So we need to make that happen. Ooh, come on, Tiger Loco, man. Go on with that, man. You sound like my homeboy Greek, man. Guy right here, man. Y'all say hi to Spencer, man. Come on, Tiger. You can't be serious, man. They don't have an offensive line, man. So it don't matter who you put out there. You put Mills out there, they're going to sack him too 100 times. Tell a Cracker, what's up, man? New album coming next month. You ask about the new album. The new album will be out next month, man. I keep changing stuff. And if y'all really want to place blame other than me on why my album haven't came out yet, blame Dollar Bill. He'll probably be in here soon. I'm going to put 40% of the blame on Dollar Bill because he keeps sending me all these hard beats. So Dollar Bill keeps sending me all these hard beats, and it makes it hard for me to just really lock in and pick because the dude done sent me 8,467 beats, and now I'm like, man, what should I use? You know, so but eventually it all come together, you know. So there it is. Okay. What's up, Erica? Keto Gaming in the building. Man, we got all OGs coming in here. Now, Surreal, you a legend. People need to know. People need to know. Surreal been on their head for a long time. Surreal been popping them upside their head for a long time, man. All right. Open topic, y'all. So y'all feel free to ask any questions y'all got in the comments. Popcorn, yeah, appreciate the love, Grand Deception. EDJ says, what's your view on marriage and what type of women should a man seek? I mean, I will quote what I heard the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan said. He said, marriage is half your faith. What type of woman should a man seek? I can only speak for what I would want in a woman, you know, and it's simple. See, one thing about a man, most men, we really simple, you know, long as we get some respect, long as we get some loyalty, somebody with some drive and some ambition, and as much as possible, someone that has not been poisoned by the ways of this world, the influences, a lot of the negative influences. But when you talk about marriage and finding a woman, what you got to also understand, bro, you have to qualify yourself to have a good woman. A lot of times, dudes always holler about wanting a good woman. Man, there ain't no good woman. I got to get a good woman. But bro, we got to qualify ourselves to have a good woman. So if she comes along, we ready, because how many of us as men have just messed off a good woman in our life? You had a good one. And like Sonny in the Bronx tell, he say you only get 3 good ones in your life. He say you only get 3 great ones. Sometimes you might be struggling to find that 1 or 2. So, when you're going through your phases of playing around and not being as legit and loyal as you have to be as a man, as we have to be as a man, then we still say we want a good woman, then that's a contradiction. So the first thing you have to do, and we all have to do as men, we got to qualify ourselves for a good woman. And I believe it ain't nothing wrong with a man or a woman praying for a good man or a good woman, because one of the biggest mistakes we make is we try to 100% make the selection ourselves, and we pick bad. The dudes and the women, we pick bad. We pick bad, and then we blame the entire gender on our selection process. So we have to make sure that we know what we want. We make sure that we are somebody that somebody else will want. But you want a godly woman too. She ain't got to be perfect. She's not going to be perfect in her walk, but she has to have that presence in her life. She can't just be out here just buck wilding and no direction and, no desire to be led. If a woman sees God in a man, she'll follow that man. But if she see Negro in the man, she might follow that, but you leading her down the wrong road. Deepa said, if you had to do anything special for your fans outside of concerts and performance, what would you like to put together? We can all share as one. Man, that's a really good question, and I'm glad you took away the easy out, because you said besides concerts. Because I've done fan appreciations and stuff like that before. I've done fan appreciation, because everybody get in free and all that, and that's beautiful. But I think one day, it ain't gonna be this day, but one day I would love to just release an album free, to the fan base, just a free album, just make an album and give it away. I think that would be the thing that how I would answer that question. Yeah. And this Mr. Harden says, all praise is to the Most High. Is that Yahweh? Yeah. And his only begotten son. I can't pronounce the term that I know you're referencing, Yahshua. I think I said it. I don't want to mispronounce it. Truth Feast says no globe today. I'm not in that room. But let it be known. Let's make no mistake about it. I am a glober. Popcorn said, let's talk conspiracy. Be specific. Let's go. Let's go. Let's get it on. Let's get it on. Abel says, any news on a new album with Tragic or other solo project? Yeah, we were finished with the album, but in typical Tragic fashion, he came up with a few more ideas that we putting together, and a couple of features that he wanted to have on the album. So we working on that. So I think y'all are really gonna be happy with that project. It's called Path of Destruction, and with the features that y'all gonna see on this album. A lot of y'all are gonna be real happy with it. Shout out to Tragic. He might show up. What's up, Dim? Tiger says, how about them Texans? Trying to be funny, huh? That's all right. It's early. It's early. I knew we was gonna have problems because of the offensive line. It's all good. LW, I see your comment about Sister Asada Shakur, but I'm not gonna comment on that until I read up and get more information on that, because that's something I wasn't aware of. So I'm not gonna go into that. But I did see. Maybe I'll make a separate video. Yeah. Is that Valley Moore? Said I knew Booker T was from Houston, but I didn't know he was from South Park. Yeah, that's right. South Park's own Booker T. Y'all go watch the Booker T episode on Underground Dialogue Podcast. Y'all go check it out as soon as y'all get off here. And yeah, no doubt. Booker T from South Park. Man, South Park is a special place, man. I'm telling you, man. Keystone be hating on South Park, man. I love the whole Houston, of course, but South Park, man, we just... Something special about South Park, man. Mm-hmm. Surreal, you need to hit me on Instagram, Surreal. It's the real K-Rino #1. The real KRINO #1. So we can bring you on the show. So these people can know your history. Yeah. Samuel Brown, I appreciate the love, man. Thank you so much. Yeah, Spencer, man. You on one. Layla LeBlanc, Layla LeBlanc, man, your name is a tongue twister. Layla LeBlanc says, peace, bro. I love when you talked about detoxing the mind from BS music. Shout out to brother Enoch Muhammad, who also was a guest on the Underground Dialogue podcast, and he has the Hip Hop Detox program, and that's basically what that's about. Just one aspect of it. It's really covers a wider range than that. But yeah, man, we have to, the same way that a lot of the music and a lot of information that we intake mentally has poisoned us and put mental toxins into our mind, we have to detox those mental toxins by putting mental nutrients in our mind, and things that will flush out the poison, and the nutrients will remain, because we have such an imbalance in terms of the negative and the positive. There's so much negative. The ratio negative to positive is so overwhelming in the favor of the negative, that we have to make sure that it's in your everyday life. You don't let negativity overwhelm the positivity. I don't care if you just, man, work is stressful, relationship stressful, your children stressful, financial situation, whatever the case is, you still have to force your mind to institute a balance, so that you won't go crazy, so that you won't just be overtaken by the negative side of life. And if you can pull that off, you have to do it by force, man. Keep a positive attitude. Spikey says, how old was Brother Spencer when you picked him up? Man, look, I could hold him in my hand like this. When I first got him, I could hold him in my hand like this remote. That's how little he was. Baby. Now he's baby Huey. What is that? Wasatch guy, what's up, man? I appreciate you say you've been bumping my music for over 15 years. I appreciate all 15 of them years, man. Thank you so much. JT says, thanks for keeping it real with your music. What is your thoughts about Charlie Kirk? I have no thoughts that I can express publicly. Yes, indeed. What's going on, Jason? Justin says, I appreciate you, brother. One more thing about Rose, since you his role model, do you have any favorite stories that you can share? Well, I wouldn't say I was his role model. That's my brother and all that. But man, I got a bunch of stories, man. Go watch the Zero interview we did on the Underground. I'm gonna keep coming back to this podcast. I'm a shameless promoter of the podcast. Go back and watch the Zero interview we did, and you'll see a really, really cool story. Lou Hybrid, I see you. Man, yeah, I'm still around. JT says Jehovah loves you. Hey, man, we love Jehovah too. Look. Let me tell y'all something. Whether you refer to the Creator as Yahweh, Jehovah, God, Allah, Elohim, whatever name you refer to him as, that's who he is. He's God. It's only one. He's the only one. So the God goes by many names. So yeah, it's all good. That's how division has corrupted the world, because we get so caught up in labels, and then we find ourselves going to war over labels instead of locking in on principles. A principle is greater than a label. See? A principle is far greater than a label. So I can call myself whatever I want to call myself. You can call yourself whatever you want to call yourself. But if we are not living up to the principles, then we just run around here faking it. Yep. But Dad says, would be mad if we could have a poll for one of your future songs, for beats on one of your future songs. It would be awesome to hear a track and know that your vote got it picked. Yeah, I've been having in my mind an idea about doing some inclusive things with the fans. But y'all can't stick me out now, man. Y'all can't have me out here looking crazy now. But I'll trust y'all. But don't have me out here looking crazy, man. I'm playing with y'all. Righteous by nature, I see you. Dollar Bill, yeah. I'm blaming Dollar Bill, man. What's up, Marty Moore? I see you. Wow, man, what is this? What's your name? Is it Zuboom? The what? Z? Man, you start, man, where's Phantom? I need Phantom Face and Magneticus Attractus now. Everybody got a new action figure in the chat, man. Yep. Sunny Night, I see you. Sunny Night says, many want something that they are not. And that's a fact. It's like, that's why I use the term qualify ourselves. Ain't none of us perfect. We're not coming into this thing perfect. But we got to be willing. We got to learn how to listen as much or more than we talk. We got to listen to understand, not just to respond. There's so many things that can make us better in relationships, man. Definitely don't be abusive and degrading towards a partner. Don't be disrespectful. Don't let anger ever take you to a place where you say something that you can't take back. That's one of the biggest mistakes a lot of people make in relationships, when they get really, really mad and they'll say something in anger that it ain't no coming back from. You got to be able to always look past your anger to focus on the person that you say you care about. You got to be loyal. If somebody confides in you, you done met this person and they they've had trust issues, and they finally open up to you and tell you their deepest, darkest secrets, and they confide these things in you, and then as soon as you get mad, you want to throw it back in their face and put. See, that's childish stuff. We got to grow out of that, man. Yeah. Layla said marriage is a business. For some it is. Unfortunately, for some it is. Not even to get into the marriage part, just a relationship. Because a lot of times we come in wondering off the rip, what can you do for me? And it's not asking what can you do for me to feed me internally, to make me better as a person. It's what can you do for me from a man's point of view, physically, and from a woman's point of view, sometimes material, you know. If you ask somebody, what can you do for me, then that should come from a place of what can you do for me to make me a better person, to nourish me mentally, to improve me as an individual. Because all that other stuff, see, think about all the stuff that we've tried for years and years over and over again, and it still hasn't got us the result that we want. But yet we'll go right into the next situation and try it again. See, that's why I say, man, you gotta pray for what you want, man. You gotta just back off and say, hey, I'm an idiot. I can't do it. God, can you help me? Diego says, I was listening to Thick and Thin earlier and shared it with my son's mother. Wow. Okay. Y'all got that kind of relationship? That's right. Let me try to catch up a little bit, y'all. I'm behind. I'll be trying to read everybody's stuff, man. Broussard said, you say we. K, what was your bad pick? Why were you the bad pick? I'm going to always say we, because anything I'm saying to y'all, I'm holding a mirror up. Like right now, I'm looking at my own face. I see y'all names, but I see y'all face because I'm just as guilty of the mistakes and the shortcomings and the downfalls as anybody else. So I absolutely gonna say we, because I done dropped the ball, fumbled, I done did everything. So yeah, that's why I say we, you know. I've been the bad pick. I made some bad picks, but I've been the bad pick. So we can never let we can't we can't let victimhood become our future. Meaning that the time you was in it with good intentions and you got messed over, now you want to act like you've been perfect all your life. Nah. See what I'm saying? Just got to be real, man. It's all right. HTX 713. Hey, where can I find new material for Farrakhan? I figured if anyone would know. When you say material, what do you mean? Like you mean to hear some of the minister's speeches? You mean books? The answer to that question, I guess for everything that would encompass all of that, you go to noi.org. noi.org. But if you're looking for speeches from the minister, you just got to go on YouTube. The minister got decades worth of teachings right here on YouTube. And practically any category, the stuff we talking about, marriage, relationships, God, the devil, the government, us, the minister got it all. I should have left that dark. So right here on YouTube, if you want to hear Minister Farrakhan, and you can just make up something that you want to know about and attach his name to it, and most likely there will be a lecture or an excerpt of a lecture will come up where you'll be able to hear the minister. But the minister has books as well. Walaikum salam, righteous by nature. Well, they banned the minister on certain platforms, but every time they try to so-called silence the minister or ban the minister, block the minister off these platforms or whatever, they just increase him because his followers start uploading stuff. That's why I say you can't miss him. He got stuff all over the place because now, okay, you think you could silence the minister in terms of blocking him on Instagram and Facebook and all these different platforms at the time. But all that happened was his followers start putting clips up. So now he's around more than ever. So everything they try to do, it backfires on man. You can't silence God's voice coming through a man. You can't silence that. Shinlo, what's up, man? Man, we got Denver, Colorado, man, is representing hard tonight. Deepa says we love real hip hop way too much for us not to pay K. But see, that's the thing. I love y'all so much that I want to do that. I would love to do that one day. I'm gonna do it. One day I'm gonna release a free album one day. I'm gonna say, man, look, this album is free. I got enough music that y'all can go pay for. It ain't gonna break me to drop a free album. Is that brother Data? Do you think Houston has a serial killer with the 6th body? Now, the people who may be outside of the city, there's been a lot of bodies being found in bios out here in Houston. And so the word is circulating now that it might be a serial killer in the city of Houston. I can't definitively say if it's a serial killer in the city. It is an increase of bodies being found in the bio, but a lot of variables go into those types of things. You know, they would have to be releasing cause of death. You know, if people got gunshot wounds or strangulation, and then all of a sudden they find these bodies that have those things on them once they found the body, then you could probably make that case. But I also know a lot of people, you know, I won't say a lot of people commit suicide and they go into the bayou, there are accidents. It's a bunch of variables, but I can't definitively say yes or no. But, you know, watch yourself wherever you are. You know, watch yourself and just be careful. Badash says, my conspiracy is the JFK's speech was about these exact same group that's making their moves today. But it's no name, no face, no group. It's a method that's recognized by its tactics, its fruit. Well, you know, and I know what you're talking about. It reminds me of a scripture that says, we war not with flesh and blood, but against principalities, spiritual wickedness in high places. And when you say it's not a group, yeah, it is a group because they have a like-minded premise. They have like-minded objectives. But the group may not have a particular name. Some would say Illuminati and things of that nature. Some say the government, the shadow government, and all these things are encompassed in that. But yeah, I agree with that. I know exactly what JFK, I might have used that on a song. I might have sampled that before. What's up, nephew? I see you, Jovan. See Ali, walaikum salam. But Dad says, MJ said music systematically designed with repeating chorus to ingrain negative messages. Which MJ said that? Michael Jackson? Or was it Millie Jackson? No, I'm just playing. Yeah, this is what you got to understand and what we got to understand about music. Music is a science. There's a science to the creation of music, from the words, but particularly the music itself, the vibration. Certain vibrations can have an effect on us negatively and positively. Um, so, yeah, but again, it's all about what direction you choose to go as an artist, and it's all about what direction you choose to go to as a fan and what you allow to go into your mind, or the balance of what, like we talked about earlier, having a balance. Josiah says, I listened to your album A Long Short Way. I appreciate that, man. Appreciate the love, Josiah. ACX says, and now RFK, but the media is mocking him. His fight on the pharmaceutical industry made me think of flawed technology. Yeah, this is not a new thing, man. But you always got to remember something, that most of the time when somebody comes out and makes a bold statement in opposition to one of the world's major industries, they're gonna make mockery of him because they have to try to discredit any truth that may be included in his message. So one of the first things is, oh man, he's talking crazy, or he's lying, or it's misinformation. But a lot of what some of these people are saying is legit information. But the fact of the matter is, when you're dealing with a industry, whatever that industry might be, and that industry generates billions and billions of dollars annually, more than annually, quarterly, billions and billions of dollars. Now you find yourself in a position where you are in opposition to somebody's bottom line, and they don't like to play when it comes to their bottom line. Everybody that's just getting here, y'all click that like button, y'all click that thumbs up, man. Click that thumbs up, click that thumbs up. Let's get to 100 likes early. Let's get to 100 likes before the hour strikes. 100 likes before the hour strikes. Let's do that. Let's do that. If y'all haven't clicked the thumbs up, do that for your big brother. Cryptic Mind says, are you currently cooking up some music? Yeah, man, I'm working on one right now. Y'all tell Cryptic Mind what the name of my new album is, man. All my OGs that's in here, they already know. They've been waiting on this album since 1925. Tell Cryptic Mind what the name of the new album is. Also, somebody put my email address in the chat. So Cryptic Mind, you can be added to the contact list, and we'll send you the info when it's time to pre-order the project. Let me see. Let me read the second part of your comment. Given the state of what's going on with the deep state and Charlie Kirk, the rabbit hole. Yeah, the rabbit hole is deep. Got Spencer when he was a little bitty puppy, man. Is that A1 said, do you miss the early 90s? SPC had sounds like the Terror Strikes album, Point Blank, Prone to Bad Dreams album, just to name a few. Thank you, man. I appreciate it. There are aspects of the 90s that I miss, yeah. You try not to live in the past. It's all right to reflect on the past. You think about the good times, the good old days, but you don't want to fall into a mental pattern where you're just dwelling in the past and you're living in the present in hopes of thriving in the future. So you have to make sure that, yeah, okay, the 90s was great. It was a beautiful time. I speak on it quite often, but you still have to be focused on the now and not getting lost in what's happening right now, so that you're not swallowed up by by the new world in a new way, because there's a lot of greatness that takes place in this new way. Bro, I'm so blessed right now, and I sold a lot of records in the 90s. Make no mistake about it. But it's crazy because I was never more busy than I am today. My workload today is far beyond what it was in the 90s. So I could think about certain things, but man, we working in the present and into the future. Great question. Is that Maggie or Maggie? Car chemist? How can I learn to love myself as a man before I commit to any form of relationships? Well, man, bro, you got to know self to love self. If you don't have an understanding of who you are and where you came from and what your purpose is, then it will be hard for you to love yourself, which in turn will make it virtually impossible for you to love somebody else. What are you good at, bro? Why are you on this planet? What is your purpose? What is your gift? What do you think that God deposited in you that will be your contribution to the world, your legacy? Are you working on that? Are you living in that? If you are, then man, that makes your shoulders go perk up and say, okay, yeah, I'm somebody that I need to love. I have something to offer to this world. So that's your gift. But once that kind of adds bricks to your self-esteem, to your foundation of self-esteem, you also have to take it to a spiritual level, bro. We come from the Creator. We come from God. So what He has in Him, He deposits it in us. And you want happiness. He wants happiness for you. So you seek to put happiness, to make other people's lives happy as well. And for me, a lot of my personal happiness, it comes from, why this thing keep making a noise? A lot of my personal happiness comes from when I make other people happy. When I'm able to make other people happy, I get happiness from that. And if that works for you, then now you start to build up, levels of self-esteem, and then you want to share that with somebody. When you gain successes, you start thinking about, man, I would love to share this with somebody. You're going to share it with family, you're going to share it with friends, but you want that partner, you want that ride or die that can help add to you, can be a help meet. People always mispronounce the term when they speak about a relationship, and they say, well, I want a woman. Even women say, I want a man because I want to be his helpmate. Okay, yeah, you're a mate that helps, but it's actually a help meet, M-E-E-T, because you're helping him meet his obligation to the Creator. So, yeah, figure out what your purpose is, bro. He wanted a little TV time, y'all. Hey, man, we need 4 more likes to get to 100. Can we hit that 100 real quick? Brendan King, what's going on? Brendan King says, is God supposed to have my voice? That is what I found when I learned to go deep. Well, I can't speak for what's in your head, but one thing that we're taught of is the self-accusing spirit, which is said to be the voice of God in your head, guiding you and telling you right from wrong. Hey, don't do this, do this, do that. I don't know what the tone of that voice sounds like in your head. Now, for me, yeah, for the most part, a lot of times it's me. It's like my conscience, sounds like me, but it speaks to the depth of our mind and our conscience. It speaks to how deep it is that you can actually hear conscious thought. Nobody's making an outward sound, but inwardly you still hear a voice, even though you don't see anything being spoken to you. But yeah, I don't know what it sounds like for you, but you know it based on what it's telling you. You know who's saying it. You know if it's God or if it's the devil based on what it's telling you to do. Broussard says, is compromise faking it? No, compromise is not faking it. Compromise is just making a conscious decision to say, okay, you know what? I will look at it as a form of negotiation in terms of like, okay, just say if somebody is being sued for $10 million. Hey man, I'm suing for $10 million. And then the other side that's being sued said, man, I'm not giving you no $10 million. I'll tell you what, man, what about 8? What about 7? Then you say, okay, well, we'll go with the 7. You compromise. You met somewhere in a space that was comfortable. Now, from what you're talking about, sometimes the compromise may not be in your favor, but not that we're keeping score, but at some point, if you have the right partner, then you and that partner understand that it will be your turn to be the beneficiary of a compromise at some point. So now it turns into, okay, well, you know what? I really, really wanted to go such and such for vacation. But she really got a mindset on going to this place. I'm going to compromise and we're going to go where she wants to go. And those are just small things, but other times there are more serious aspects of compromise. But it's not faking it. It's not faking it. It's just you have love and respect for a person to the degree where you say, okay, you know what, this particular time I will, say subordinate what I want for my partner, knowing if you got that kind of partner that a time will come where they'll do the same thing for you. Y'all asking some really, really good questions, man. River says, I love the podcast. Was watching the Scarface episode the other day. Next to catch up on all the ones. Yeah, y'all go back and watch all. We've been doing this 2 years, so y'all got a lot to catch up on, but you ain't got to do it all in one night. You know, unless you got you couldn't do it all in one night because we got more episodes, but yeah, appreciate that. Bluto Brutus, what's going on? Memphis, Tennessee in the building. He said, remember when you got beats, what is that? From Paragon? Yeah, my boy, yeah, without a doubt. Paragon did, I'll be forgetting the names of my own song. My bad, y'all, I'm sorry. Appreciate y'all getting us over 100 likes. Appreciate that, Bluto. NK Rez in the building. Distress Sushi says, what are your thoughts on herd mentality? If you're referring to what people call sheeple, the sheep, where everybody tends to follow one way. It's like, okay, we all gonna go, one's going here, we're gonna all migrate to that way. It's all about what you're following. We have conversations all the time about followers. And followers has become a bad word in society because typically we have leaders who don't lead properly, who deceive, who deceive the people. So when you have leaders that deceive the people, the term follower becomes a bad word because when you follow a deceiver, you get deceived and now you look messed up. Look at y'all dummies following behind this man. He done took all y'all money. Look at this fool and did this here and he banging all y'all wives and all this stuff here, you know. So it just depends. But if you can discern and follow good leadership, it ain't nothing wrong with being a follower. Nothing wrong with being a follower. You just have to know how to distinguish a good leader from a bad leader. I don't mind being in the herd. If the herd is following a good shepherd. Yeah. Tommy No Hook said he made it. Billy D. When is the new album coming out? Late October, Billy D. Tommy said, Rich told me hard work pays off. I don't know if hard work pays off, but you got to work hard. That's what I will say. Justin says, are there any new artists that kind of reminds me of myself, like as a rapper? I don't hear nobody that remind me of me in terms of the style, but I would say I've seen cats that kind of remind me of me in terms of the path, the journey, and the way that they going about it. You know, it's like, man, I can remember being in that mindset. I can remember just being hungry like that. I can remember going through these steps. And I see cats like that all the time. I love to be on some Memphis beats, man. I rock with Memphis. Modern Retro Guy says, K-Rino is my third favorite rapper. Man, it's an honor. I appreciate that. You know how many rappers it is? If I'm number 3, you could have said I was number 100. It's a lot of rappers, man. There got to be 1 million rappers in the world, huh? How many rappers y'all think? Put down in the chat how many rappers y'all think exist in the world. And if you say I'm number 3, I can't be mad. I appreciate that. Nayeli, what's going on? Where you been, Nayeli? Maggie, you are not an idiot. We're not going to let you get away with calling yourself an idiot. Omar Shakes, is that Shakespeare? What's up, man? Appreciate the love. Man, I appreciate the love, man. Good to see y'all. He keeps making little cameos here and there. But you know, I'm going to tell y'all something about Spencer. It's like, he knows when I put the camera on him. He don't like the camera. It's like he can feel. It's like he feels when that camera's on. He always turns away when you put the camera on him. So I don't know what to say. I don't know. Yeah. Let me try to catch up a little bit, man. I know I'm reading comments from 10 minutes ago, but because there's just a lot of stuff coming on, man. All my new people, y'all subscribe to the channel. We here every Friday, and we're on the Underground Dialogue podcast every Wednesday at 9. Y'all go check out the latest video with Booker T, WWE legend Booker T. We did it on location, went to his facility, man. This dude got a dope, laid out wrestling school, man. It's amazing, bro. It's amazing. And they do live wrestling events there, so you know how I go. Distress says, I was thinking the other night about Adam and Eve, and I had the thought that Eve wanted that forbidden fruit so badly. Do you think women have an insatiable want of material things by nature? No, I think that story has been told in a way where it makes women seem like they just evil and insidious. And they are the blame for all of the sin and problems in the world. That's what I think. That story has been misinterpreted to make it seem like the women are to blame for everything. Men run the world. And from what I see, for the most part, I see a bunch of childish men that are bouncing around, creating wars from nation to nation in an attempt to take resources from different nations. So the men are more materialistic than the women on a grand scale. The men are really seem to be more sensitive than the women. I just made a video about that about a week or two ago. Emotional. Men are very emotional. But that's just my opinion. Memphis Mix. I appreciate the love and support, Memphis Mix. You know what it is. That's right, Tower of Sadness. Thank you, Brendan. I couldn't think of the song. I did use that part on there. Y'all know my brain be. I ain't young as I used to be, man. Thank y'all. E.T., what's going on? J.D., what up, J.D.? Uncle G. Uncle G says, with everything going on in the world, will conscious music make a return? Conscious music never left. See, this is what we got to always understand. Conscious music, what did LL say? He said, don't call it a comeback. I've been here for years. What happened was the powers that be, they threw a blanket on top of conscious music. They buried it, they covered it, but it's still there. They relegated it and pushed it down further into the underground because they knew that a mainstream presence of conscious music would wake up the very people that they're trying to keep asleep. So they made that mistake in the 80s and 90s of letting conscious music be in heavy rotation on mainstream radio. They're not going to let that happen anymore. So now all we see is just the influx of negative music, pimping, hoeing, killing, trapping, drug using, drug selling. That's all you get. Materialism, that's all you get. Because hip hop has been hijacked and it's been taken over by devils who decided, okay, we will use the very thing that they love to kill them with. So that's what it is. But meanwhile, while all that's going on up here, underneath it is a whole lot of artists still spitting a lot of real content. A lot of conscious, real content still out there. But that is the beauty of proper utilization of social media. If we utilize social media the proper way, then what happens is you establish your platforms to be a headquarters for people like yourself who looking for conscious music. So, oh man, I found this artist. I discovered this artist. I discovered him. I discovered her. It's a bunch of them out there. We just got to look for them. You can just put conscious hip hop in a search on YouTube and you'll come up with some cats. You'll be like, whoa, what's that? Been in the game. So that's all that is. It ain't went nowhere. They just covered it and they did it on purpose, but we got to fight our way out of it. Juan G said, yesterday history, tomorrow mystery, but today is the gift, which is why it's called the present. Yep, wise words spoken. Rambo Rangel, what's going on? McAllen, Texas is in the building. Yep. Chris B says, I've been married 18 years. It doesn't really work that way. What way? What did I say that you disagree with? Doesn't really work what way? I said a lot of stuff. And I can't speak on the married. I'm not married, but your boy been around. Is that gain related? What's going on, gain related? Who's the most skilled young freestyle rapper that I've heard under 35? I can't think of nobody out the dome, man. Quiet Money Dot. I don't know how old Dot is. I don't know if Dot is younger than 35 or older. But Dot off the dome game is nice. Rambo, I can't remember a name. I can't forget a name like Rambo. D. Thomas Williamson. The lady I work for right now told me she prayed to God for someone like me to come help. I thought God hated me, but I guess he thinks I'm good to help the good people. Hell of a feeling. Why would you think God hated you? That's what I'm more curious about than I'm happy for the comment because clearly you brought something, you contributed something to this lady that she prayed for that prayer was answered through you. But I'm more curious to know why you think God hated you, why you thought God hated you. Appreciate the love, JD. Man, that's what I'm talking about. Ganja Ninja. Ganja Ninja said, yo, first time tuning into your live. First found you when I was 12 or 13. See? That's why I tell people all the time. People bring, hey, hold on, y'all ain't hitting that like button. Them likes too low. I've seen a few people come up in here. We need some more likes. If y'all ain't hit that like button yet, y'all click it right now. But I've had people that have brought their children to me, man, at 8, 9 years old, and say, "Yeah, man, my son, we ride and listen to your music, and they grow up." That's why I'm always appreciative of the youth, the younger generation, man. So now, you say you've been listening since you was 12 or 13. I'd like to know how old you are now because I say the same thing. I say, boom, I got one. You just pushed me more into the future. I appreciate that. Is that Derrick Henry? How you doing, Derrick Henry? I hope this ain't Derrick Henry play for the Baltimore Ravens. No, I'm just playing. I got you, Rambo. Orlando Trujillo, what's going on, man? Said, I'd like to bring light to your community on the subject of child trafficking. I have teamed up with Michael Franzese in a fight called Operation Freedom Fighter. Yeah, hey man, look, we need all the warriors we can get on that front because you got groups of people out here who literally have no heart, no compassion, and they will snatch your baby off the street and you will never see him or her again. So the first order of business needs to be protection of our children. In how it starts at home. They say everything starts at home. Protecting your children starts home. You can't take nothing for granted. Oh, I just sent them to the store. Nah, man, we can't do that in this day and age, man, because they snatching them off the street and they putting them in that field like immediately, man. And it's a terrible, horrible thing that they doing. These are some of the worst kind of people that you can ever imagine in your mind that would do something like that. But trafficking is $1 billion industry, man. We had OG Johnny Bond on the podcast, and I said, man, what's big? I say, what's bigger? Is it sex trafficking or is it the drug game? I thought he was gonna say the dope game. He said, nah, man, trafficking is bigger. Because it's turned into an industry, man, and people view your child as an asset. They don't view your child as a child. They don't care how much you love your baby. They don't care about none of that. So it got to be warriors out here, man. It got to be just as big of as an effort to combat child trafficking as it is for them to keep it going because they are organized. Yeah, man. Our children are not for sale. That's right. Home Bro 206. What's going on? Is that Donald Piasek? What you follow and or what you seek. Gregory Baldwin. Appreciate the love, Greg. Y'all subscribe to the channel, man. Watch my everyday videos. I do videos every day. Little short videos every day. I need y'all to subscribe to the channel. We closing in on 70,000 subscribers for what that's worth. Spencer, you got a shot? Oh, he left. Papa Bear. Man, oh man, I appreciate that. Appreciate being in your top 5. Yeah. Home bro, I appreciate you. Man, let me try to get a little closer. Catch up a little bit. Peter says truth music. Peter Birdsall. The Zenzi, truth. Donald says, don't forget the 60s and the 70s. We can't. Everything today is a product of what was yesterday. That's why it just trips me out when people are making mockery of the old school, and wouldn't be no new school if it wasn't for the old school. Everything now is rooted in what was. Everything that is rooted in what was. What's up, T? South Carolina in the building. David L. What's going on, David? Man, Colorado is on fire tonight, man. All of the Colorado family is up in this thing like a Timmy Chan chicken wing. Yeah. Distress Sushi says, I think about the Bible as a meta story that uses symbolism as a tool to teach. I'll add in the Bible, it says men and women are both equally valuable. It all love, just love. Yeah, the Bible has undergone so many different translations from the original manuscripts, and a lot of it is spoken in what's metaphorical, allegorical language, to where you got to know how to unlock the meanings of it. And that's why many of us love the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, because that's what he did for us. He told us what those words mean and how they are applicable right now. Alex Plum says, I need another bike song. Man, I appreciate the love, man. EDJ said, would you attempt to make a song in a different language? I came close to want to do a Spanish song one time. I'm going to tell you the only reason I didn't pursue doing a song in Spanish as a black dude, because my homie Rashid, he had already been doing that. I said, you know what, Rashid been doing the Spanish thing, man. So I don't want to come behind Rashid because he was cold with it, So that's the only reason I didn't do it. Black said hit that like button, y'all. If y'all ever hit it yet, Black said hit that like. Sam Poet said, hey, big bro, big fan. Love from India. We got India in the building, man. He said, listen, if you mad, I ain't the person you should blast on. I'm so twisted under my real face, I got a mask on. Woo, who said that? Who wrote that song? Who wrote that line? Yeah. Chris B said, a long-term relationship has so many different seasons. Agreed. You can't think in terms of need to get myself together, or am I making too many concessions? I understand. Yeah, I understand. That's a blank. Dude, I used to listen to your music all the time. I go back and listen to some of y'all. Why you say you used to? And why you saying you go back and listen to the old stuff? Man, I never stopped. You know what that means, Blank? That means you behind. You got to catch up. You ain't got to go back and listen to the old stuff unless you just want to, because I got a whole lot of new stuff that, in my humble opinion, is way better than the old stuff. So I appreciate you, Blank, but you got to keep tabs on your big brother, man. Stay connected, and then you'll know that, hey, man, we ain't stopped. We ain't changed. See, look at that, 23. You've been rocking with your boy for a decade, Ganja. Yeah, come on, Blank. You got to, I'm still here, baby. I got 50 some albums. We closing in on 60 albums. You done missed a whole lot of stuff. You talk about the rabbit hole. It ain't even a rabbit hole. It's a rabbit Grand Canyon. T said, I found Grand Deception in 2011 and been listening to you since. Thank you, bro. The Maven might be my favorite album. Obstacles brought me through some dark times, and so did Cass and ID. Man, I can't do nothing but give you a salute. I appreciate that. Andrew Ricks, what's going on, Dallas, Texas? 99? Oh, come on, Andrew. Andrew been rocking with his boy for 26 years, quarter of a century. Man. Probably won't be no more COD albums, Papa Bear. Ethan, what's going on, Ethan? See, Ethan says, thank God I was almost kidnapped as a child. Around 11 years old back in 2001, was walking home from a friend's house around 9 p.m. White van, turned the corner, then did a U-turn about 20 feet behind me. Man, crazy, man. These people are sick, man. These people are sick, man. I don't feel sorry that nothing happened to people like that. Man, I hate that, bro. Memphis Mix. Yeah, Nayeli, it's an open topic tonight. I got a few more minutes with y'all. Trying to make sure I get to everybody. Higher Heights, what's going on? I see you. Libertarian minded. Yep. Trying to catch up, man. Ain't nothing but love. Sam Poet, that's what we do. Magneto. Time travel, I appreciate that. Mr. Jack says, have you noticed there are no more rap groups coming out of Houston? Last group representing Houston were UGK, Street Military, Ghetto Boy. Well, we had groups that come after those guys. Those are the three greatest groups. You know, even though UGK is from Port Arthur, technically Port Arthur. But the Ghetto Boys and Street Military are the two greatest rap groups to ever come out of the city of Houston. And two to ever come out, period, in my opinion. But we have had a lot of great groups to come, just actual rap groups. You know, you had Trinity Garden Cartel and name me some more. Give me some groups, y'all. I'm drawing a blank. But we've had a lot of great rap groups to come out. Now, I will agree and say that the rap group is like almost obsolete. You don't see rap groups anymore, 2 or 3 members. You don't even see duos hardly no more because everybody doing the solo thing. And I dare to say you might not see too many because one thing, a lot of people just they like, man, I can get that shine by myself. I can do this all myself. But also, man, with the way the money is, it's hard to make money as a solo. So if you got to split money 2 or 3 ways, people not interested in doing that, you know, because they already paying out crumbs. So if you splitting crumbs, it's like, man. But I would love to see more rap groups, but I understand. Tiger says, Lil Flip or T.I. I love both of them. Texas Star List. That's right, man. You got to go down to Grand Canyon now with my catalog, man. Larry Loney says, shout out LV. Shout out to my pops, man. The great LV. Stories from Black Book. Look, that was my first album from me. Yep. This is December, y'all. December of this year. I'm glad you said that, Papa Bear. December of this year will be the 30th anniversary of my album Danger Zone. Danger Zone came out 30 years ago, y'all. Say LV taught you so much in the night, man. LV he's a natural born teacher. Because number one, he's lived such a life that his life has been just a story. Just his natural, regular life. But then on the way, transforming and evolving into his spiritual journey, now he's picked up that side. So you combine the spiritual side with the life side, the street side, and all that, man, then you got a powerful person that you're dealing with. What are my thoughts on Hinduism and Buddhism? Hey, man, I respect all religions, all schools of thought. Criminal element, gang society, guerrilla mob. Thank y'all, Matt. Thank y'all, Memphis. That's what I'm saying. I was drawing a blank. These are all groups that came after Ghetto Boy. You got Fifth Ward Boys, gang society, criminal element, guerrilla mob, 4 Deep. We naming the groups that came after Ghetto Boys and Street Military out of Houston. There's been a lot of groups, man. Too Much Trouble, Fifth Ward Juveniles. See? EDJ, wouldn't you like to know? Man, I ain't rich. Insane Clan, Convicts, Corey Richards. I see you dropping in with the Convicts. Triple C, practicing moves like putting toothpaste back in the tube. The speed of my hand let me know I had to be the man, bobbing and weaving my head through a moving ceiling fan. If he keep playing, I'm going to get him for at least $1,000. I'm fighting, y'all. Y'all can't see, but I'm fighting right now. Y'all want to see us fight? He always want to fight, man. You violent. Violence, man. Violence never solved anything, man. Violence never solved anything, man. You want to read some comments? You want to read some comments? Yeah. Did the song of the meeting really happen? No, it's not based on actual details. It's based on the principle of how they really get down with you, man. Yeah. Why is Spencer's head like bigger than mine? Dude, your head is like really big, bro. ABN, Power Wall and Chameleon, Killer Clan. The Killer Clan is more like a clique, like South Park Coalition. Black Monks, come on, Marty Mark, Black Monks. Is that TIHSX God? What's going on? The Terrorist Reckless Clan. Faculty, come on, Matt. Ooh, Matt coming in. Dropping them, boy. Light Shadow, much love to Georgia. Yeah, no doubt. It's Spencer, y'all. Spinny Brook. Look. Von Cito, that name sound familiar. Yeah. Aggravated. Woo, come on, Papa Bear. See, there's been a lot of groups to come out the city, man. But like y'all said, the group game ain't what it used to be, man. It's hard. It's hard. It's hard out here. Boys don't want to. Boys don't want to split them crumbs. We already splitting up pennies. Botany boy, come on, Marty. Whoa, come on, man. Come on, man. Andrew Rick says, AC Chills, my name. Was a clean, the thing, man. Hey, Andrew, you get a salute. See, Andrew just gave me a production shout out. So y'all didn't catch that, see? Andrew, man, Andrew on it. Andrew on it, man. He just gave his boy a production shout out. Yeah. Is that, what's that? Donnie? Dead in the lines. Yeah, DA. Man, come on, man. OG style. See all these great Houston groups, man. Too Deep, I see you. Bone Hard, Big Mellow. Yeah, come on, man. Y'all know y'all history. This is, watch out, man. And every time I lean in to read, you do that. Get out. Is that Ramiz Khan? Can you drop something similar to Grand Deception, please? I don't know, man. I go where the spirit moves me. What's Coast Contra? Man. All right, y'all, man. Drop y'all locations, man. Let me shout y'all out. Let me give y'all these shout outs. Drop y'all locations. Let me give y'all some love, because y'all already showed your big brother some love tonight. Guess a lot of y'all ain't had nowhere to go tonight. Y'all didn't have nowhere to go tonight. Let's get it in. Let's get it in, man. Triple C is in Kentucky. Papa Baz in Longview, Texas. Demetrius Russo. Oh, yeah, Nemesis was dope out of Dallas. Homebro is in Georgia. Ramiz, Richmond, Texas. Big fan since 08. I appreciate that. Andrew Rick, South Dallas. T, South Carolina. Triple C, Louisville, Kentucky. David in Colorado Springs. A homie, David Lucid, my brother. Hope all is well, man. Brendan King, Melbourne, Australia. Erica is in, Erica, you be changing your name. If I know that's you. Lumberton, Texas. Badash is in Australia. Ribbit Rhythms, Finland, man. Number love to Finland. Yeah. Orlando say I'm still bumping 3 weeks later, man. Come on, man. You're the Mile High City represent, man. Tonight, we going to call this chat, we going to call this Colorado night. Tiger Loco is in Hockley, Texas. Memphis Mix. Oh, South Acres Crime Family, yeah. Odd Squad. Y'all don't forget about Odd Squad. I ain't hear nobody say Odd Squad. Magneto Duval. Y'all don't know nothing about that Duval County. Kiva, Third Rock from the Sun. Okay, that's what's up, Kiva. You somewhere on the planet. Ganja is in Wales, Bangladesh. What this says? Death, Mr. Hades. Oh my gosh. Las Vegas, okay. Larry Looney is in Dayton, Ohio. T is at work. Is that D Jill? These letters small, I'm sorry. Abdallah. I should be able to pronounce that. Amsterdam. Demetrius is Chicago. Eddie J says, so how do you make peace that a lot of people outside of Houston don't know of your music, but they know rappers like Scarface, Ghetto Boys, because they're more money? I mean, I made peace with it a long time ago when I decided to take the path that I decided to take. Once I knew that I was going to rap about the stuff I rap about, you can't logically think that the mainstream commercialized machine is going to let you in, because the very things I rap about a lot of times are in opposition to them. So I made peace with it a long time ago, because I feel like a lot of those songs I make, those types of songs, I feel like that's God's work. I don't expect the devil to enjoy God's work. What up, Calvin? Southwest Georgia. Georgia been up in this thing tonight too now. Hold on now. Toledo, Ohio, I see you. Jay is in San Diego, California. Triple C said, DNA showed me your raps and I was hooked. Shout out to DNA, man. DNA been one of my biggest soldiers, one of my biggest riders, man. I got nothing but love for that guy. And he hard. Eddie J is in Montebello, Denver, Colorado. Denver, Colorado again. My brother Jimmy Robinson is in Anniston. Man, Jimmy, I forgot. I was looking at something the other day, and somebody was from Anniston, Alabama. I was reading something, and I thought about you. I forgot who it was, but they was from Anniston, Alabama. Is that Yami, Switzerland? Larry Looney is in Dayton, Ohio. Dudoni is in North Korea. We pinging tonight, y'all. We got Amsterdam, Bangladesh, North Korea, India. We pinging. We all over the planet tonight. We all over the planet tonight. All right, y'all. Well, check this out. I'm gonna take y'all out the way I brought y'all in. Please subscribe to the channel. I always have your notifications on. And right now, all of y'all who are new or not regulars, be sure to become a regular. And y'all go to the Underground Dialogue podcast right now. Subscribe to the channel and check out this week's episode. We got the great Booker T. I'm getting ready to check that out right now, Cloudy River. I just saw that LW put on earlier that we lost Asada Shakur, so I'm gonna check that out in a second. I didn't know that. I wasn't aware of that. So power to that soldier. Power to that sister soldier. All right, man. I'll catch y'all later on. It's your big brother K-Rino. Let me see how you end this thing. I'll catch y'all later on, man. Hold on. Peace and hair grease, man.